Hello. Excuse me. It's 1:23ish in the morning, and I can't sleep at all. I haven't been able to sleep really for the last almost 2 weeks. And this is why. So, last year for Christmas, my daughter bought me Ancestry.com so I can find out my genetic background and figure out what we're made of and whatnot. So I did the test, sent it back, and I got the results that I was Nigerian and, all my ethnic background. I got that. But then it came back that I was related to someone that I didn't know. And my mom didn't know. My dad didn't know. So it's just like this random person out there that I didn't know. So it said that on Ancestry, it said that we were like 100% related, closely related, more related than me and my cousins that I grew up with that also take an Ancestry. So it was like, who is this lady? So let me do some investigating, see who she is. So I messaged her. I didn't get a response back. So then I messaged some other people that we were both related to. Like, hey, how am I related to you? They were wondering the same thing because they don't know anybody from where I'm from, upstate New York. Nah, so I was just like, okay, who is this person? So we go back and forth, and so I asked my mom some questions, like, Mom, there's something, can you tell me? And, she's in super denial, like, there's nothing, I don't know what you're talking about, you're nuts, your dad is who your dad is, and that's that. And I'm like, something does not add up. Like, somebody's not being honest about something. So my person that I contacted on Ancestry, we went back and we exchanged information, and she said, hey, I have somebody in my family who thinks they might know your mom. This is their number, and to give them a phone call. So I had the number for maybe a month. Maybe a month I've had the number. Just sitting there like, I don't know if I'm going to give it to my mom because my mom says she doesn't have any clue who these people could be. So, I held on to it and started researching the people that I was related to on Facebook, seeing where they were from. Then one day, me and my mom and my 2 cousins were riding to the casino, and I asked my mom, hey, have you ever been to the name of the city that these people are from? And she says, oh yeah, I went to high school there. So it's like, you went to high school there? Oh, I was born like a lot later than high school, so that doesn't add up. The time doesn't add up. That doesn't make any sense. Okay. So then we go, and I'm like, are you sure, Mom? And she's like, no, there's no possibility. I don't know what could be the case. Your dad is who your dad is. You're not, I don't know who this person is. I don't know. So I had this number, and I'm just like, I don't know. I don't want my mom to call it. So I gave it to my brother, and my brother called it. So when my brother calls, the person on the other end of the phone. This is what my brother tells me, shall I say, because I wasn't there. My brother says, the person on the other end of the phone says, I've been waiting for this phone call for over 30 years. Okay. Why? How do you know my mom? So then he goes to explain that he believes that I am his child, and explains the reason why he thinks that I am his child, and tells my brother, to have my mom call him. So maybe a week or two goes by, and I'm finally like, okay, Mom, call. You can call. Because Ty said he called. Which is my brother. So he called, and this is what was said. So you need to call because something's not adding up at all. Like, what's going on? So she calls, and then they have a conversation, and they discuss what happened in 1986, 85-ish, to a weekend where they had a rendezvous, where my dad that I grew up thinking was my dad was at home, and my mom was on a vacation with my biological dad. And obviously created me and came back. A few weeks went by, maybe months went by, and she found out she was pregnant. And then voila, she just assumed it was by the man that I grew up with as my dad for 33 years. So now I'm 33. I just found out that my dad that I grew up with is not my biological dad, and I have a whole nother dad, and it wasn't known. It was really a mystery. So I'm very thankful for Ancestry.com. Thank you for my daughter gifting it to me. Now I'm just kind of nervous and anxious about the next step and what happens next. So I'm hoping some people will watch this and have some advice. Tell me what to do. What's the next step? I know I'm just, having faith in God and being patient. I know everything will be fine, so I'm not distrusting that. I just want to know what was the next step after you meet. The whole meeting is like nerve-wracking. It's driving me nuts inside. So what's after that? Or does it just happen like natural, or I don't know. I know everybody's situation is different, so not everybody's situation is going to be like mine. So hopefully somebody can help me out or just be entertained, because I will be back with more of the reunion of me and my dad, part 2.